We are back, and the crew still have life for now at the time, at the moment. It's very possible that the crew don't have playoff life coming up very soon in the week, but again, for now, for this match against the Red Bulls, they managed to stave off death and live to fight another day. So we're getting to the good and the bad, starting obviously with the good because they won the game and kept themselves alive in the playoff race. They were finally on the good end of a game involving two late goals to get a team a good result. They actually got two very last minute, both by Derrick Etienne in the 89th and the 93rd minute. There were 4 minutes of stoppage time, so very late there to win the game 2-1. The Red Bulls scoring earlier in the second half after both teams in the first half kind of not getting a whole lot of close chances, but some close chances, but mostly just a lot of fouling between the two teams. So again, the good thing is that they end up winning the game. A draw or a loss would have essentially made it very, very difficult for the crew to get in, and it's still not going to be easy. They still do need Miami to drop points in order for the crew to get into the playoffs, but now that they're tied in points, they just kind of need one Miami draw or loss, and the crew can control their own destiny from there. And a draw would not have done it. They needed to really catch up with Miami after Miami won their match on Friday. So good to see the crew finally pull a late one out, especially considering that they were missing both Cucho Hernandez for his suspension and Jonathan Mensah, and also Lucas Zelarayan having to be a substitute because of his play with the Armenian national team, I believe. So, yeah, and the good news is you are getting Cucho Hernandez back. His suspension was only for one game. So for these final two matches, Cucho Hernandez will be back on the pitch. So hopefully he can provide scoring because the crew are going to need to score at least one goal in each of these two matches they have left. The bad news is, again, you still do need Miami to drop some points. You look at all of the bad draws that the crew have gotten, and if one of those bad draws end up being a win, getting all 3 points, then this isn't as much of an issue. You think back to Portland a couple weeks ago, where they had the game won just on the final, legitimately the final kick of the game ends up going in the back of your net, and it's a draw, and now you're in the situation where you're counting on another team to get a bad result in order for you to have a shot at the playoffs. But again, the last two matches are on the road. They have I believe this is their makeup game against Charlotte FC that was rained out, and Orlando City. Both teams that are technically competing for spots. Charlotte is below you in the standings, so hopefully you get that one done. Orlando City is pretty much in the playoffs. They're just kind of, playing for seeding, so hope maybe you can get 3 points out of both of those games, and you're pretty much going to need to unless Miami just absolutely falls apart in the final leg of the season here. And the bad news, not necessarily bad news, but I still just don't trust this team really. Again, they did eke out this win against the Red Bulls, against a good quality opponent in the East. And so that's, it's great for them. It's great for the crew, obviously, that they keep their playoff hopes alive in the season. It can still go. And Caleb Porter saves his job for another game, another match. But as far as do I actually think that this crew team, can they legitimately push for this playoff spot? I mean, I guess if Cucho Hernandez goes off and Lucas Zelarayan can do what he can do in maybe limited minutes, but if I haven't seen it enough, even with both of them playing in the starting 11. This team is a team that struggled to put it together consistently throughout a whole game, and so especially with holding leads once they get them and just showing up for halves is inconsistent with this team. So again, I'm not really too sure if the crew make it despite this inspiring comeback result that they had. They were on death's door, and they managed to ding-dong ditch the Grim Reaper in this account. So thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, please feel free to leave a like and to subscribe if you enjoyed this video and like to see more like it. Let me know what you think about this crew game down in the comments below, and if you think they can actually pull this out and make the playoffs out of this kind of hole that they dug themselves in. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all again for watching, and I will see you at the next one.